I'm Danny,
And I'm out there.
and we are.
DNA live, live, live. I am feeling really good today, people. Look at this beautiful set that's at Paradise Studios, and it has like all different colors. I mean, you can give us all the feedback if you want and everything, but I'm just loving this. I feel so nice. My complexion is different with this background for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it feels really good actually, So I love how like the material like this is and stuff like that, man. So shout out to
Yeah,
you,
and plus,
Bobby.
I kind of like this one-on-one kind of thing we got going on here. The interface kind of thing.
Inter-
But you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty. I love this, Bobby. I love it.
No, this is great, Bobby.
So I want to start with shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, obviously to my Mr. Mucho Caliente, as always, DJ Hot Rod.
Shout out to DJ Hot Rod.
He's because he is just fabulous on Tuesday nights. You got to hear him, guys. It's not in New York, but you know what? It is awesome, and you can find it on WTSX FM radio on 104.9. Shout out to Uncle Boogie.
Power.
Oh, I'm sorry, Power 104.9. I also wanted to reiterate, as always, the Advocate. Um, Danny has that show on Friday and Saturday nights at 10 to 11 p.m. And again, if any of you guys out there have some good inspirational, motivational, positive music, no cussing, please submit it to Danny at djangelicmusic@gmail.com. I got that right?
Got that perfect.
Okay, so you also broke a few records on the weekend, Friday and Saturday. You broke Bonfire. Shout out to her, Miss Utopia out there, and also Destiny Faith,
Keep going.
Dr. Mill,
Keep going.
and Cake Life with featuring Voice Watkins. So shout out to them all. Again, we're just doing really good music. Well, we're not doing the good music. You're doing the good music, but we're enjoying that too.
You know what? It's actually excellent to actually see some of these young guys come up because right now, like people are starting to hear their music on a high base. So it's like, what does the advocate usually get? He said like a night, like what, 100,000 listeners.
That's
so
true.
100,000 listeners
In
go
Long
listening
Island,
to y'all.
people.
You were breaking y'all.
In Long Island. So I mean, it's like what our goal was is what's happening. So I'm glad this platform is being used in a positive way, and I really appreciate everybody that's giving us love and support.
Can I say something quick?
But of course.
Shout out to the mix. I did that mix yesterday. It's for California.
Oh yes, he did.
So shout that out. You already know. And we got a lot of big things coming up. And you know what? Why don't you tell them?
Oh, okay. Well, besides Hot 977, which is in Fresno, California, now DJ Hot Rod and Danny are at on Thursday nights in Deer Park. Look at the flyers and on his Instagram so you can check out all the information. There it goes. There it goes.
Oh,
So
nice. I like that one.
you like that one? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's the only one we have.
Okay, good.
So there was I don't think there was another any other picture.
No. We don't need that picture.
We don't need the other picture.
We don't need the other picture. Don't put the other picture up. We really don't need it.
Oh, you're such a doll. You know that?
Well,
you are the man.
I have you.
Okay. Well, you heard that, folks, right there, live on stream. It's golden. So, with that said, with the DJ Angelic show is in Fresno, California. Hot 977. That's going to be Friday nights at 11 p.m. And what?
No. 11 p.m. But they want to start getting me Monday to Fridays for the afternoon rush.
I did not know that. You didn't tell me that.
I just said it right on here. Shout out to Fresno, California.
You didn't tell me that.
And then shout out to. Go ahead. You can shout the owners of North Carolina, 103.7.
There's so many stations. I can't.
And shout out to everybody right now. We're working on the station right now in the UK and the station inside
Jamaica.
Yeah, man. So shout them out.
Jamaica, call to your mama, lady.
Go ahead. Shout them out.
My little Bobo. Love you, dude. Love you.
Yeah, so we got a lot of big things coming. We're about to be international, very heavy. So
I'm just asking, is there any place that we're not gonna go?
Well, can I break everybody down when they can hear us?
Oh, please. The floor is yours.
All right, so New York, Boston, Indiana, Atlanta, Chicago. So I keep going?
Keep going.
Las Vegas,
Okay.
LA.
Okay.
You want more?
Yeah, keep going. That's fine.
And we're working right now in the UK, and we're working right now in the Caribbean. So we syndicated everywhere. Oh, in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? Our show is going more places than we are.
Don't say that.
I don't get it. I don't get a vacation.
Shout out to Texas too, man. Because Texas, my man hit me up over in Texas called Loud.
Uh-huh.
The record company is called Record Loud.
Okay.
And shout them out inside Texas because they hit me up and asked me to go and fly out on the 1st of June to actually go over there and actually be a part of the new thing.
All right.
Yes.
See, he gets to travel. He gets to travel. I don't get to travel, but he does. So if anything, I think.
And one more thing.
Oh, here we
shout
go.
out to Artist Experience because a lot of artists has been hitting me up.
Oh yes.
So shout out to Artist Experience. You already know. Shout out to Dope Chef. Shout out to everybody in New York. It was ill seeing Mac Miller. Shout him out. Shout everybody out. You already know, man. We still do it, but definitely come to Deer Park this week. It's going to be a movie on Tuesday.
Oh.
I am going to definitely have a live broadcast so all your artists can be heard, and I will pick the artists that I like. I will put you on my radio stations that I'm syndicated with all over the state. So definitely remember that.
So check that out, and also just keep going to his page and DNA Live Official on Instagram, and we keep everybody updated as to what we're going. What we're doing and where we're going and stuff like that. Except for Althea, she doesn't get any vacations. Just so you know, I'm always working.
Althea knows where she's going.
No, I don't know where I'm going.
Where you going?
And I'm not going anywhere.
Going right to the moon.
So with that said, if anything, we will take a brief commercial break, and we're going to be back with the gentleman, a recording artist, rapper, Computa, and he'll be in the studio very shortly. So when we come back from commercial, we'll take it in.
We will take it, and we will make sure that you definitely hear him.
I am so
and
sorry.
We are going to be back after this commercial break. DNA Live. You already know. Peace.
You sound like.
Yo, put your hands up.
Right now we're inside a war with ourselves. Yo, America, are we gonna wake up from this? Where the real Americans at, you heard?
Where we at?
Man, you blinded and you lied, you just censor inside your own. Everyone pretends they love you, but messing you up in homes. Laughing without the way you can't even afford food. And everybody looking at you acting so rude. They thinking that they love you, your skin, that's what they see. They don't understand the militant while it be. But the anger that they got, they just play for each other. A civil war, they trying to come for us, kill one another. But I woke up last night, I gotta talk to my peers. Tell them, listen, we gotta march, and what do we hear? You laughing, you crying, you angry, you feeling and skating. Saying with all the time, they just demonstrated. Leave you inside the cars, they don't wanna see you out, they leave you locked doors. Breaking your doors over locked doors. They lock you up, they wanna trap you, put you inside with a lock, it's mental block. Cause all you ever hearing is the cops screaming lifeless. Now all of a sudden we thinking priceless. Putting that two there, be caught crashing in crisis. Now they hating how they even look. They try to lock us up, throw it down, try to play the book. Wanna get us shook, every time try to get it booked. Overshook, saying God is there but love is over. They try pretending that we close with a phone next to each other's ears, but we're more social distancing corona years. They try to acting like we ain't one inside our home. We acting like that we ain't one and one inside our home. I said Lord, let's go. I said let's fight. You can't censor us anymore. Cake life. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Cake life. Capo, Eames, we back at it again. Y'all know what it is. We can't lose.
And we are back.
And we're back. I'm sorry, I had to take a little girl break, but that's okay. So in the meantime, obviously you can see the computer.
So let me talk to them a little bit real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, so check this out. To everybody that's an independent artist on artists right now, just trying to, find their ways inside music, what I've been doing. What I've been doing right now is I've been trying to break artists for everybody to hear them all around the States, Long Island, doing them showcases to make it show. Shout out to Will too. Shout out to Tony Newberry. Tony Newberry, man. We had a great meeting. We had a great meeting at Epic this week, So man, shout out to Steve and shout out to Steve Cam, and a lot of things right now really coming to light, because people don't realize how much that we really have in the arsenal now.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'll be looking at the brand and the brand. Look at. I want everybody to take a look, right? And look where we first started, and look where we're at now. Like shout out to King, King Street.
King Streets. Mm-hmm.
We had him on last week, and he's phenomenal. One thing about him that I like about him though, right, is that he knows that right now he's got the pressure on him because Far Rock hasn't had an artist ever since Chink and ever since Stack.
What other artists were there?
That's it. Squad Up. Same thing with Chinks and Stacks. That's people I know.
Oh, okay.
They're probably like some old school artists that might have came out there, but I'm not sure. But the bridge actually got destroyed from them killing those two.
Oh,
yeah. So so there's a lot of things right now that you got to put in perspective and stuff. But his flow, man, is amazing. I love the way the King comes out, man. The way that he flows. And shout out to Dice Peso. Dice Peso is going to be played tomorrow. On Tuesdays on Power
104.9.
Yeah. So he's going to be played on there. We're gonna put a little bit of his records, and we're gonna put a little bit of the interviews and stuff like that.
And happy birthday to him!
And happy birthday! It was great in a district. You already know. So there's just a lot of things that we really got to start putting in. Like even shout out to all the artists that are independent right now, all the artists that are coming out right now.
I think that is such a better route right now.
And I feel like, we really are starting to really get the artist perspective in the music game right now. Because if you've seen now the artist experiences from us, from having the city, you already know the city branch that we've been working with and stuff like that I'm partners with. So artist experience is pretty dope when you have the artists coming in from DTF.
Yeah, man, that guy Smiles. He
shout out to Smiles too. Yo, Smiles, if you're watching this, definitely I gotta bring you up here because I love that song. I'm a hater.
I know, I did like that song.
Describes so much because it makes you really in the perspective of thinking that what, I can hate and who cares about anybody's opinion.
Right.
So I think that's amazing. Just like with what's that girl's name? Destiny.
Oh,
Destiny Faith.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny's Faith. I love her record because her record to me was kind of like, feeling like, okay, I'm trying to rebuild myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. What that record reminded me of? You remember the old Brandy records? And the old records from like the 90s with the women records and the records are kind of like it's a breakup record, but then you girls listen to it. So you girls start getting back.
Like The Boy Is Mine with Brandy.
Yeah. So like
Monica.
Yeah. So like those kind of records remind me. That's what she reminds me of. She reminds me in that kind of lane.
Oh, okay. she's very no, she's very vocal. I like her. I really liked her.
I like her. I like what's the other one? Good Times. That girl, Good Times. What's her name? Gonzalez.
Oh yes,
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Good Times is a very great record. I've been
Yes.
playing it because it's a positive record. It has you up. Bonfire's record was dope too.
Oh, Utopia.
Utopia.
Something Utopia. Don't hate me now, girlfriend.
No,
Do
it's
not hate me.
Utopia.
No, but there's a title. It's something Utopia.
Well, shout her out. You
Shout
already
it
know.
out right now, Bonfire.
It's
Go ahead.
it's a dope record. That record I liked it a lot. But one thing that the labels always told me though is nowadays people don't want, like, remember how like years ago we used to have like that long wait, then the song would drop. So a lot of times I want you guys to hear this. I've been inside labels. People do not want the delay time at all. They don't want the delay time. And shout out to my man Hallway TV.
Oh, Hallway Rap TV.
Hallway TV.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Man, so
I think it's Hallway Rap.
shout out to Hallway Rap TV.
Okay, go ahead.
Shout him out. He is he's dope. His platform is dope. I'm always on there. That's my brother and stuff right now. I wish, a lot of times he got like those events on Sundays. I can't make it, man, but shout out to everybody.
I know everybody's
too.
having events on Sundays. Stop that.
Shout out to Mac. They're having an event over there. Shout out. Yo, I want to give a big, actually, there's somebody too that we really don't get to talk about, and he came up on the show. Shout out to Child's Way, man.
Oh, Child's Way.
He's really digging that whole Queen sound.
Yeah, he is. Child's Way. I mean, you can say there's a lot of rappers in Queens, right? But Child's Way sticks out from most because he just has that, like, I can't explain it. Child's Way. He's got that charisma. And he's got that real
even voice and Cake Life. I was feeling that new record he has.
That too.
Be right back. I'm pretty sure, or come right back. Come right back. Yeah. So that record is dope. I want everybody to listen in to a lot of the records now that are going to be coming out very soon. With me, with Voice, with Cake, with the whole team, and a big shout out to my man Link. Big shout out to my man Long Island. Talent, strong Long Island talent.
This is why he keeps me, folks.
Right. Shout you out, brother. My bad. And shout out to I always mess this up, Rich.
He's going to
shout out to Queens Rap Radar, Long Island Rap Radar.
Yes.
Shout out to Rocky and them.
Oh yeah. Rocky and Rich. Those are my.
Shout out to my man too, Rich, that had his showcase, his show too. Shout out to my mans too.
I feel like I'm hanging out with Rich right now, because Rich is like,
No, Rich always keeps everything together, keeps teams together, keeps everything molded. So shout out to Rich. And shout out to Preem too for doing the clothes. Shout out to Mr. After Hours.
Mr. After Hours, MAH.
Yeah, so.
But there's also one more that we have to shout out.
Go ahead.
Because you're going to be working with him too in Chicago. Is it? Maybe.
Who?
Ryan
is, so shout out to Ryan. You already know we got something works over there. Can't say it all yet, but
we
got something. Yeah.
Can you just rewind that so this way we don't
we got
put
something.
that on?
We got something in work right now, so we're all right. That's fine.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing with the Caribbeans and stuff like that. Right now, the Caribbeans right now we're working on where we want to do with it. It's already a go.
Okay.
So everybody knows it's already a go. So I ain't got to reiterate, come back and say it didn't work. It's already a go. We're just knocking out all the kinks and stuff like that so we can start having international, bringing artists international, as well as bringing artists to the States out there and making a whole different kind of sound when it comes to the whole music. So what I figured out how to do was I had to figure out how to make myself, unified all over. So
with that, I mean, he's all over the place, but like I said,
we did that in 3 months. So just remember that, and that's my mind. That's me deciding to step over and to really get myself going. It's another place that you're gonna die laughing that I'm actually talking right now.
I don't want to know, people. Do you people want to know?
Australia.
Yo.
Shout out to Ryan. He's known. Yo, I went into the Australia thing, and all I see is the Ryan show in Australia. Him.
Oh, really?
Cheeks and all. Yeah, I was like, oh man. I was like, Ryan beat me to Australia.
Oh well, I beat both of you because I was there first.
Man, Ryan beat me to Australia, man.
I have family there.
Shout out to Ryan. You already know the Ryan show. Definitely.
I'm already in
The
Australia.
Ryan
dude.
show helped the DNA show.
I hung out
and all
with the
that, man. So
kangaroos,
much
the
love to 'em.
aborigines, the koala bears. They were all hanging out with me
But
first.
you know what? You know what's really hard though to
What?
really prosper and really to take a step and really realize. Oh,
What?
shout out to my dad too. He got the movies coming out. He's got all that stuff going
The
right now.
Streets 3, right? That's
Yeah.
coming out.
But-
Isn't that premiering soon or something? Or
The Street 3 is going to be premiering very soon. We actually got something in the works too with that. There's a lot of things that got inside works, but look, I need all of y'all artists in Long Island because I know y'all watching me right now. Even if y'all watching me in Cali right now, even if you're watching me in Indiana, even if you're watching me in Chicago, Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina, I want y'all to realize something right now. Every person from Long Island better hear this right now because I'm putting this on my page, and this is a call out.
Okay.
Look, I want to start helping Long Island and really pushing the artists out in Long Island and really spinning them.
Yeah.
This isn't about me being an international DJ. This is about you guys finally getting your guys break and finally getting you guys seen on a higher plateau.
right, yeah.
Because shout out to everybody in New York City, all the 5 boroughs, because the 5 boroughs have been coming out like crazy.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in the place, they're like, yo, Power 104.9. Yo, come here. Hey, yo. So, you know, we're around Gabe, then you're around Strewski, then you're around Self. You're around all them heavy hitters now.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's kind of like, you know, when you're around all that and then you're really trying to push yourself in with everybody, you know, together. That's what we're doing.
right.
We got to make Long Island start realizing we really got to start moving together and shifting.
Right, this is true.
You know what I mean?
So when you say everybody comes out, like who do you think comes out more?
The city, the
Okay.
island needs to step their game up and start coming out. That's why. Shout out to DJ Hot Rod. That's how Hot Rod hit me up. He's like, "Yo, D, let's start bringing the artists out here,
Right.
a little bit more. Like, let's start." And I said, "Hot Rod, I need to start bringing Long Island talent, like in that whole, you know, Long Island. What was it called? The major label."
Major label showcase?
Yeah, with Will Styles in them.
Mhm.
There was only a handful of Long Island cats that came out.
Right, yeah, there was
And a lot of the cats that came out, I bought up. Like, shout out to, you know what I mean, Passport General. Shout out to King P B.I.B. Shout out to Uncle. Shout out to Trapland for coming through.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So all them cats came through.
Right. This is
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right.
So like, and I wanted my man Rich. Shout out to Rich and everybody. But like, you know, what we're doing now is we're really pushing the limit into there and really pushing it to the point where we're trying to get everybody going.
This is true.
This isn't about who's bigger, who's got a bigger podcast, who's the best, who's any of this. This is about you guys. No more hearing all of this. We going to war. We going to war with ourselves. That's
Right,
why none of us is making it. That's why nobody's sitting here. Nobody's working together.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I'm utilizing the whole island differently now. And Rich, you know, shout out to Rich, man, because he had a long talk on me. And Rich was like, yo, D,
Yo, day.
you already know our leadership and what we push out.
Right, yeah.
Because you got, come on, man. Long Island rap radar
Right.
is like killing it.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Every time I see him, Rich is just destroying it.
Because Rich
And shout out
has-
to, you know, again, man.
Who?
Shout out to Dre.
Oh, yes.
I love watching this thing. And you know
Here's
who hit
the
me up
Long
too?
Island talent.
I gotta give him
yes.
some love too, because there's another thing called the magazine. It's called Liddy.
Okay.
Shout out to Liddy too, man. Liddy always showed me a lot of love.
Mm. Okay.
You know, so like you always got to play that game. You know, the
Mhm.
game is called realizing where you fit in.
Mm.
Don't be sitting here and don't be trying to be higher than the next person,
Mm.
saying the wrong thing to the next person, or
Yeah.
trying to do the wrong thing to the next person.
Mm.
I don't pay attention when people come and say something to me. You know why?
Right.
Because that means they're hurting.
Yeah. That's true.
Because if I'm sitting there and I'm showing much love and I'm not sitting here and I'm not saying nothing negative anymore, because I'm not opening my mouth. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all can stay on that side. If y'all don't want to be a part of this, it's cool. I
Right.
still support you and whatever. Send your music. You can do whatever you want. I'm still going to show you guys love because that's the way I was brought up.
Mm.
When you're talented, you're talented. When the music is talented, it's talented. It doesn't mean what clicks you're at, where you want to work, where's the political feel in the game. You know, there's a lot of factors.
I know.
Like the
I
meeting
understand.
that we had with the meeting that we had with Def Jam, the
Mm.
meeting that shout out to King Light, the meeting we had with Def Jam, the meeting we had with Epic, the meeting we had with Universal, the music, you know, it's just you guys got to realize something. I'm really trying to push this island to the forefront, as well as bringing New York's music and pushing it with y'all.
Are you done?
No.
Okay, fine.
But you know,
Yeah,
so
I know.
when we're doing all this and we're really pushing each other and we really getting each other going, it's gonna change.
I'm not saying that. All I'm
Hey,
just
Bobby,
saying is,
you want to go to commercial?
yes, I want to go
Bobby,
to
go to
commercial.
commercial.
We'll be right back.
Now I got to let her know, Daddy ain't never gonna leave. You know I want you, girl, for all eternity. Now I got that money, my money, my money, that's gonna give me back on me. Why you telling me so young, the niggas inside the girls, Daddy, we back. Been outside that tippy thing, guy, yeah. I said he's generated up, and now he's charged up. I said you better get your flow, you better ball up. He's shutting down everybody with again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the year. Going to shake it for the money, shake it for the money, shake it for the money.
Jackie the Joke Man.
Jackie!
What is that?
That's a pygmy with a heart on.
New York Islander, Rich Pilon. So, how bad did you feel with the Kevin Stevens hit?
Darius and I were in their kitchen, and we were like, we were dominating Mario and them at the time. And Kevin just wanted to take me out, and it was a touch icing, and there was no need for him to come through. And he was just, and I kind of played like I didn't see him, and at the last second, just jumped right into it.
Yeah. And we really love Jason Scoop, and we're so happy he's back.
Hello, everybody. My wife Jilly makes she's view. That's my husband, wife. Excuse me, right there. That's okay. Look.
Cake life. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Cake life. Capo, Eames, we back at it again. Y'all know what it is. We can't lose.
And we're back.
And we're back. Hello, everybody. No, we were having a nice, deep conversation. Obviously, Computer hasn't been able to make it to the studio. He is on his way, though. But in the meantime, we were actually having a nice, good conversation there about all the things.
Good stuff that's coming up, and
Yeah.
everything that we're gonna really push together. And basically, I can't wait for the magazine.
Oh gosh, we have a magazine coming out.
Oh,
in
shout
May.
out to Steve Con. Shout out to Steve Con too. My bad, Steve.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve. Steve is the glue a lot of times, putting a lot of things together for us behind the closed doors. So you always got to give him much love.
He's the type of guy, let me tell you, he's the type of guy that we can throw things to him at the last minute and he just pulls everything off and cleanly. He's like very meticulous, if I want to say that.
We got to give what's his name a shout out to.
Who?
What you talking about?
Oh, Mr. Cake Life.
Yeah, I had to give you that, bro. Shout out
Mr.
to
Cake
you,
Life.
man. Shout out to you. Already know.
And Cake Life is doing a lot of good things too. I mean, he's got
Cash out. Want to cash out? I heard that record, Cake. I'm playing it in the headphones. Better cash
He's playing
out.
it all the time. Don't even go there. You are always playing that. But we are. You know what I like the most is like when you have guys like Cake Life and Steve and Rich and Rocky and it's just like and of course Mr. DJ Hot Rod, my mucho caliente. I'm sorry.
Where'd you get that name from? I want to know.
I didn't know.
Mucho caliente. Like I didn't know
Well, he's
where.
very hot. Okay, he's very hot.
So the name Mucho Caliente.
Right,
Okay.
mucho caliente,
All right,
and you
all
know
right.
he
That makes
does-
sense. That makes sense.
He does have the fire.
But you ready? You ready for this though? And this is my question to you.
Uh-oh.
What do you see in DNA's future?
Oh, what do I see in DNA's? Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna ask her questions right now. She's in the
Oh,
hot
well,
seat.
I'm being interviewed. You know, this is my first interview premiering here, right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Where do I see? Well, you know what it is? It's that so far we have done, I would say in the last 3 years, we keep
3
like-
years. We only been 2 year on this.
No. I'm just let me finish.
Go ahead.
3 years we've been like with your music career.
Yeah, but music is way different.
Okay, wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Okay. We go through this all the time, people. So I'm talking in the last 3 years that we started this venture with your music, with Regenerated and stuff like that. We were building up an album, right? And then it kind of took a different course, right? So everything that has come along in our path is for a reason. So I think every person that we have met and every venue that we've gone to, every event that we go to, and people and everything that has happened so far is for a reason.
How do you feel? How do you feel the growth has been and the achievements that we have came through? So, well, again,
Right.
let's put this in a better perspective.
Okay, go ahead.
How do you feel we're doing?
How do I feel we're doing? I think we're doing
How
great.
do you feel how we're doing?
I think we're doing really good. I think everything that we have got going on is a challenge. Everything's a challenge, right? It's just working together to take out all the pros and the cons of that venture. You know, because there are other things that we've thrown away and saying it's not going to work with us. You know what I'm saying? But we've worked with a lot of the things that we said, okay, we can build with this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say something. I threw her in the fire. She didn't know what she was doing. I looked at her and said, yo, let's throw a podcast. And she said, what? And I said, let's just do it. I think it's going to be cool. We can sit here. We can promote a lot of things. We can promote a lot of artists, bring a lot of things together. So, and then it spiraled to basically having TV.
Yeah, and I have to actually
FM.
blame Jason Enrique for that, okay? Because he was the one, like I think we've said this before. Jason Enrique, first class, second place podcast. He is the one that started all this.
Yeah,
He's the one that
we
got
had
us.
a normal life.
We had a normal life, Jason, until you came into the picture.
Shout out to Jason. You already know. It's kind of, yeah, and you know what's cool too, man, is that you got so many people that are now starting to bring their wives in.
Yeah, you noticed that? I started that trend. You know that, right? Just saying.
I remember when I first started, they were like, don't bring your wife. That's what they told me. They said, do not bring your wife. All of a sudden now I'm looking, my man's got his wife here. This one's got his wife here. Then I'm like, what is going on here,
Well,
man?
who better to have you like talk alongside with than the person that knows you the best? But you know what? Not offense though, but sometimes that can break up a relationship too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you and me are totally
what I'm saying?
different than you and me are totally different.
But not everybody's like that. You know, sometimes there's like, you know, you can have differences of opinion on certain things, and then you take that grudge home. Let me tell you, that's not a good thing either.
Well, it just changes. It changes the perspective of people. And let me get back to really talking now.
Okay, good.
So, what do you feel like every single time when we come out and we see these young artists come out and the talent? Do you feel like a lot of times that the artist is like when we used to make music, right? We used to never wanted to sound the same as anybody. We wanted to always sound different because we always wanted to stick out.
This is true.
Now, do you feel like now the artist is now A, lazy, B, the tech? I'm going to give you like, you know, multiple choice.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
So I want to ask y'all too, if y'all tuning in.
Oh, go ahead.
Do y'all feel like the artist nowadays is A, right? A little bit more lazier now because they got technology. They can do the T-Pain.
Mhm.
B, just trying to fit in.
Okay.
C, is it too flooded? Is that why it's not working anymore? Like it's much easier now to put inside the music?
Yeah. Well,
Or D, all of the above?
I think it's all the above, actually. I think it's a little bit of everything because, one, like you said about technology, but I think it's, I'm going to get hit in the head with this, but I think it's not as much about, like you say about the hip hop culture, or you say about the craft. It's not so much like all these other facets of the person that are displayed into that music. Now it's just like, well, oh, you got the look, oh, you got this person, but okay, let's put them in. It just, they don't last long that way, though.
Well, me being around it now and really realizing it, it's a lot of times I'm feeling like the labels now, the A&Rs now is using kind of like common sense, but like it's like a science to them they were teaching me.
Yeah.
A science to sound, science to music, a science to waves. So a lot of things people don't realize, it's a lot of the sonics that change people's mindset to actually go and buy that. So it's kind of like a hypnotizing kind of thing.
Oh. Well,
because
music does hypnotize you.
I was I don't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
I was literally sitting there when they were speaking to me about it, right?
Okay.
And I'm analyzing everything what they're telling me and the music and steps. It's mostly strategizing. It's mostly sitting there pushing everything together, which I'm talking about the marketing. But at the end of the day, I think it's kind of like it's luck, right? It's great marketing. It's like running a campaign. You know, like when I ran campaigns.
That's
so
okay. That's a good analogy.
It's like you're gonna need a field director, right? So the field director is gonna be the A&R, right?
Okay.
Then you're gonna need a what do you call it? Campaign manager.
Okay.
Campaign manager is the label.
Oh, okay.
And then it's you. You're the product. So now you got to figure out how to mold yourself and how to push yourself into that perspective. So one thing that always gets me intrigued when it comes to all of this is that is it really the artist's music that really gets talent, or is it behind the closed doors? They are the ones that have to push the button for the consumers to like it.
Yeah,
so
well,
I feel like most of the time it's like what's crazy is, right? We were just talking about this. When I first went to a label and they asked me the question, and I'm gonna say this question to you. Don't say it. Are you you're a star, right? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I go to you, I go, are you a star?
Yes, I am.
Great question, but it's gonna be like, do you feel like you're a star?
I know I'm a star.
Yeah, but that's what you gotta like.
You gotta have that confidence.
You gotta be like this. I'm not a star. I'm the galaxy. A star will burn out. I gotta be infinite.
Oh, I like that.
So right then and there, there's certain ways how to captivate somebody, because you got to remember something. It's just being a sell pitch. Go to anybody and sell yourself. They don't look at the a lot of times they don't look at the music. A lot of times they do look at the music, but they know they got writers in the back. They look at your image. They look at the way that you propel yourself. They look at the way that you speak, and they look at the way that you really carry yourself. A lot of cats out here thinking is, oh, I'm gonna jump in here, do this, and I know cats that will blow any of these dudes away in the microphone, destroy any of these dudes, and never get a deal.
Right.
Never get seen because of personality. Because you got to remember, you got to be up here. You got to show everybody that you're a personality, and then your brand has to reflect who you are.
Yeah, I see what you mean by that. I mean, there are a lot of people.
Because listen, there's a lot of people with. See, the thing is, if I'm gonna spend $150,000 and give you $150,000 loan, right?
Right.
Okay, let's be real. A lot of times the labels are like, all right, cool. The kid's younger. The kid's gonna have to be in debt with me. We can get it. I'm not gonna lie to you. But an older gentleman, as myself, go out to a label. First thing they're gonna ask me, right? How do I know my money's gonna come back?
Right.
Then you got to explain that. But the thing is, it's like I look at it is it basically selling. It's like selling anything. It's like selling clothing, selling anything. When you're up there in the corporations, even if this product is really hot, who's the person that's gonna back it up? That's gonna make it go to the next level. Yeah. So how are they gonna put this in? Where's the marketing they're gonna be? Distribution and how much revenue they're gonna get back all the time. Straight up, those questions.
All right. That's a lot. That's a lot to consume.
Because look, you could be the best. I'm serious. You could be the best lyricist. Doesn't mean you're going anywhere. You can be the best writer. Doesn't mean you're going. It has to be the way that you push yourself out. Like a lot of times you go to the showcases, right? I seen kids get signed right off the bat from the showcase. Not even gonna lie to you. I seen kids get signed off of Zoom calls. I seen it. But the thing about me when I look in the way that I look is, hey, at the end of the day, when you get that deal, you're gonna get a lot of these cats get lazy.
Yeah.
You know, I had top 8. Yo, they got lazy. Why? He got signed. He felt like we're gonna have to do everything.
Right,
No,
right,
man.
no.
You get signed as a bank loan. That loan is ticking.
Mhm.
Right when that loan says no more, that means you're no more.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, but I mean, you always, no matter what kind of.
We got to bring an exec up here.
Oh,
Yo,
okay.
I know y'all
If
watch.
there's any
I know-
executives
no,
out
hold
there.
on. I know y'all watching me because we spoke about this yesterday. I got to bring you up here because y'all got to explain to the kids what you guys are looking for
Right.
and how you were looking for it. We're gonna put them. Nah, we really are. I'm gonna call what's his name up. I'm gonna put him right
That's
on the
true.
seat.
Yeah, you're gonna put him on the. Do
Yeah.
not put. He loves putting
Yeah.
people on the seat.
That's
let me
not
tell
gonna
you.
be the seat. It's gonna be. So, do you feel like okay? My thing is right. Every time I go up here, right,
Mhm.
they always talk about something called trap.
Trap.
Like that music trap to me,
Okay.
right? You know what trap reminds me?
No.
They got me trapped. Nah. Oh, they can't keep a black man down. They got me trapped. That's an old Tupac song.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So trap to me, that's what trap reminds me of. Every time I heard trap, I thought of Tupac because Tupac was like explaining to everybody how they got him trapped before trap music. And the trap music to me is a very. I listen. I'm gonna be real honest and do not get mad at me. I think it's a waste of music.
Why?
Because I don't want to keep hearing about it, something called trap. To me, trap doesn't mean anything. To me, freedom and to me is seeing the light. Like how can I put this? You're locked up in a cage, right? That's what trap reminds me of. Being locked up in a cage, going through the same obstacle.
Okay.
And do you want to keep going through there? No. So why do I want to keep hearing somebody telling me how much they got? My pressure, my chain, my car. It's just it's a continuance of buffoonery.
Right.
That's how I look at it. So when I hear somebody singing that can really sing, or do I hear somebody projecting a different type of sound, like $1 million?
I like that guy.
I'm a hater.
I'm a hater.
I'm a hater. I was like, man, I wish I made that record. Seriously, I was like, I got to get the remix of that.
Yeah, and I've seen him everywhere else on Instagram, and he's another guy that's just like grinding and grinding and grinding.
He's been gone for long. I can't wait to bring him up here. His story is amazing.
We got to bring him up here.
But now, right?
What?
The perspective of the game
Okay.
is terrible right now because of the way that not even say the game, it's just it's totally different.
Yeah.
You would, instead of having a T-Pain singer, all these singers, you want somebody that can actually really sing.
Right. Yeah,
So
but I think every generation is different. I mean, you just go through decades and decades of music. I mean, things change. Movies change.
What?
Radio movies change.
Yeah.
You know?
If you look at it, everything is just being rewind again.
Well, I mean,
Listen to the hip hop records, right? And you would hear the records. Like, I think they did it in the club too. So I'm ready to hear 50, like, party in the club. But on here, it's
okay, don't do that. Too
I'm just
loud.
saying. That's what I'm
giving me
hearing.
a headache.
To the
I'm sorry, it gives me a headache.
and I'm like, oh, okay.
I just
Another
it's-
record down the drain. Seriously, I can understand when we did classic music, right?
Mhm.
And this ain't even no hit. Like trap and drill, that's their culture.
Right.
They could keep, but my perspective is why would you want to have something on your mind that says trap? Why would you want to have something called drill? I dug in to both cultures. It's cool. Listen,
So where did
this
the
is
drill,
not.
Where did
this
the
is,
drill come from? Where did the drill?
The-
where did the word drill music come? Because it's that sound.
You see, the thing is, everybody thinks it's Chicago, right?
Yeah.
But Tennessee had it back in the 90s.
Okay.
So the sound for the Tennessee actually came from down south, and it actually came from Chicago. Reason why I know all of this is because one of the forefathers that I already knew from the game, he explained it a lot to me. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. But everything's always originated back to New York, no matter what, baby. Remember that in hip hop, everything's already originated back to New York. Even if you don't think the rapper did it in New York, there was a little snippet that y'all took from us. But we still love y'all out there.
So with that said, I'm actually getting a couple of nice little messages here. I'm sorry, I was distracted. But if you want, we can take another commercial break, and we'll be right back with the DNA show.
Exactly.
Put your hands up.
Right now we're inside a war with ourselves. Yo, America, are we gonna wake up from this? Where the real Americans at, you heard?
Where we at?
Man, you blinded and you lied, you just censor inside your own. Everyone pretends they love you, but messing you up in homes. Laughing without the way you can't even afford food. And everybody looking at you acting so rude. They thinking that they love you, your skin, that's what they see. They don't understand the militant well it be. But the anger that they got, they just play for each other. A civil war, they trying to come for us, kill one another. But I woke up last night, I gotta talk to my peers. Tell them, listen, we gotta march and what do we hear? You laughing, you crying, you angry, you feeling and skating. Saying with all the time, they just demonstrating. Leave you inside the cars, they don't wanna see you out. They leave you locked doors, breaking your jaws over locked. They lock you up, they wanna trap you, put you inside with a lock, it's mental block. Cause all you ever hearing is the cops screaming lifeless. Now all of a sudden we thinking prices. Putting that two there, be caught crashing in crisis. Now they hating how they even look. They try to lock us up, throw it down, try to play the book. Wanna get us shook, every time try to get it booked. Overshook, saying God is there but love is overlooked. They try pretending that we close with a phone next to each other's ears. But we're more social distancing corona years. They try to acting like we ain't one inside our home. We acting like that we ain't one and one inside our home. I said, Lord, just go. I said, let's fight. You can't censor us anymore. We lying to the people. Cake life. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Cake Life, Capo, Eames, we back at it again. Y'all know what it is. We can't lose.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? You already know this is the DNA show right here.
Yes, we're back. Now, just so you know that we apologize because Computer was supposed to be on this show, but he wasn't able to make it. But I just spoke with him and he's going to reschedule with us. But we've actually had a nice little one-on-one going on in here. So we got like, 10 minutes of the show. So I figured I can ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. So where do you see us going in the next few years?
Well, I can't say anything crazy because we're already going global. Because if you really look at it, everything that we've already touched less than almost 3 a year.
Yeah, this is true. I know.
Because if you look at it right now, man, it's just you got the showcases. So every major label knows who you are.
Yeah.
Every radio host around the country knows who you are. The UK is starting to really get a real big buzz and knows who we are.
Yeah.
So to me, in my perspective, in my channels, it's kind of like I felt like we did a lot of the job, but it wasn't even for us. It was mostly for the.
I want to see your beautiful face here. Go ahead. Okay, there we go.
It was mostly for the independent artists.
That's true.
Like I didn't do this because the Energetic wants to get fame.
Right.
I did this because there was lanes that nobody opened up ever for these young guys.
Yeah.
So now what we're doing is we're opening up lanes.
Yeah.
We're changing the perspective of
We're
everybody.
people, we're taking them off the road and we're putting them on the highway kind of thing.
Well, I don't look at it as being a highway. What I look at it as being an I-95.
Oh, no, you don't want to do the okay. So you're going everywhere. You can go everywhere. You can
That's
go
what I'm saying.
The United States.
That's what I said, the I-95.
Oh, okay. Because not the 495, because that one has speed cameras and all kinds of like tickets that you can get on it now.
That was so terrible.
I'm sorry. I know. Listen, I tried. I'm trying to, help here. But I think that road was at first for you, right, in your music, but I think you were meant for also better things.
Well, you already know me being an advocate and me doing a lot of things in the United Nations and as well as did stuff for the White House and stuff.
And with the UN.
That's what I say, United Nations.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But like the perspective of everybody who I always come across is a lot different. So I love to actually have their stories that come on and let them actually have a platform.
Right.
That's why I did that. Like if you look at it right now, even with the artist experience, the artist experience right now is channeling a lot of the suburban artists, and it's changing their perspective because now they're starting to see a different light. Because a lot of the guys, that's why I did that a lot of times with the Brooklyn Queens, all the 5 boroughs, because a lot of times they don't have that and they don't have that direction.
Right.
So now they got it an art, technically, an artist / in the DJ international, but they have that inside perspective and they have that scene. So now, they got all of the people that they wish they can be next to, they're next to. Right. And that's because of all the establishments and everything that we're putting together as one as well. Like you got a lot of talented cats in Long Island that be doing the same.
I know.
You know what I mean? So shout out to my team. You already know. The artists, I feel like a lot of times the artist gets lost, but again, they always get lost in their egos. Yeah. There's a lot of artists that I know that are very egotistical. Other artists are very they don't have the knowledge. They don't know where to go. Right. They don't know the perspective. They don't learn. They don't look. They don't see what they're doing. And that's basically it.
Well, sometimes some of them might have blinders on and they're going through just one path because of the people that are around them. And we kind of like take the blinders off for them so they can see all the different avenues that they can go.
Well, you got to realize something, man. A lot of times, even when I was a young artist, I wish I had these. I wish I had somebody who was like, yo, bro, listen, we're going to figure out how to put this together. We're going to put this together. We're going to put shows over here together. We're going to do an international tour. We're going to run around and just keep pushing shows. Like every night I can have a show.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
And different cities.
This is true.
So don't get that twisted. Every night, if we really wanted to, we can have a tour in every single city.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's just a call away.
This is true, but I mean, there's only so many things that you can do without totally exhausting yourself.
Well, I'm at the end of the day, man, I already told you, and I'm gonna say this again. My body is just something here for right now.
Right.
And my soul is gonna be forever. So what I put into it and when I really try to really put it in for the independent artists and people that don't even have a chance, I always done that. All of my life, I always believed that the person needed us, not even needed me, needed guidance. And the guy, even in our jail systems today, there's no guidance. Yeah. They just throw you in a cell and then that's it. You're a problem gone. Yeah. To the media, you're just done. You're nothing. You're just a problem. Yeah. How is that? To me, being an advocate and always looking, right? How could you be such a selfish person and throw somebody in bars? See, people can't stand when the honest truth is inside your face. When the truth is inside your face, that's when people buckle up. Yeah. When you did something wrong and pretending that you didn't do something wrong and it's inside your face, that's when you start buckling up and realizing that you're the fault, you're the reason, and it's on you.
Yeah. You can get really deep sometimes.
Well, you know what? This is my passion. This is what I love. Everybody's like, oh, you're a great DJ. Oh, and big shout out to Showcase Poppy and Jux in them, man. Big shout out to him.
Jaka.
Much love to y'all, man. Much love to Jaka. Jaka I'll be spinning Jaka as much as I can. So shout out to him. But and then we got the show. You already know the show with Gabe and stuff like that. Right. Talk about it when it comes more in. But look, I just feel like a lot of times people just don't get that chance that they deserve.
Right.
And DNA, to me, you really want to know what DNA stands for? The DNA of music.
I never thought of it that way.
So it's like the music to the DNA. The DNA doesn't have to have a name, doesn't have to have a genre. Well, name doesn't have to have a genre, doesn't have to have anything. You're the DNA. Right. You're the DNA of music. So that's the news, well, the blogs, right?
Yeah.
The magazine, the tours, the podcast, and the radio shows. So you already have 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody that's listening on here. You know what I mean? I see he's going all the way up. So big shout out. One thing about us, man, that I love is that we don't have no hard feelings. Like I understand business now. Business doesn't come with feelings. And sometimes if you got to break away from someone, you got to break away from someone.
Right.
Sometimes you want to put somebody inside your circle, you put them in your circle.
Right.
It's just a lot of things, man. And big shout out to every single radio station that's really helping out.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Ryan too, man. Ryan is my man. Yo, Ryan, shout him out, yo. And definitely you already know the advocate. 103.9, you're gonna have him on this week on Fridays and
Yes.
Saturdays,
Mhm.
10 to 11. So
Mhm.
everybody get ready to watch that. But you know, one thing about today's, I guess I was, I'm really hoping he comes. He is a great musician, great rapper, talented individual. I
Yes,
did
he is.
music with me and him performed together on 9/11
I know.
because he made a beat. He made a people don't realize that the guy, he's gonna come up here, but he did a Billboard chart and song number 3
Mhm.
when the towers fell down in 9/11.
Right.
So remember that.
Computa75, look him up on Instagram, and he just actually, we wanted to preview his new song out, Gold Gats. I can't pronounce the other rapper's name.
Raekwon, yep.
And but again, like I said, we'll have him back another time. But I had everything prepared for him. Yes, it was funny because I met Computer obviously through you, and he is a really good performer. I don't know if you want perform. I don't know what the right word is.
But listen, we're gonna have to tell everybody we're gonna have a good night, man. He's an excellent performer, an excellent.
We love you, Computer. We hope to see you real soon.
Yeah, man, definitely. And shout out to everybody already. You already know DNA Live, man. We out of here. Much love to everybody.
See you next week.
See y'all next week.